Well, week 2 of the college football season gave us a little bit of everything. Dominant performances by the likes of the Texas Longhorns and the Tennessee Volunteers. And then we had ranked team get put in the despair category, such as the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Iowa Hawkeyes. We're going to talk about this and some more. It's time for Band Down the Gridiron.
I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been.
Okay.
So if they ask you how I feel,
What's up?
I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been. So if they ask you how I feel, I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been.
I am.
So if they ask you how I feel,
What's up?
I'ma tell you I feel amazing. I feel blessed, that's evident. I'm the best I've ever been.
That's right.
So if they ask you how I feel, I'ma tell you I feel amazing.
What's going on, good people? On this Wednesday, September 11, 2024. Yes, I know the importance of today. For those who don't remember, 23 years ago, the attack on New York, the World Trade Center, and the Pentagon, and a couple of other buildings back on that various day. It is September 9th. It is 9/11. And it is a day that this country will never forget. Those who was lost, we keep them in the memory, especially those up there in New York, all the first responders on this day. And on this day, I'm going to provide you with a good episode today. Because week 2 of the college football season, it was a very interesting Saturday that took place and Friday that took place in college football. Dominant performances from a couple of teams in the SEC, and then a team like Notre Dame, they did it again in not a good way. And then the Cy-Hawk Trophy was won by the away team. And then a Big 12 team took a trip to a Big 10 country and came up short. Yeah, so Dominance and Despair is obviously is the title of the show. So, but thank y'all for tuning in today. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, the Playmakers Ball YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification. Make sure you get all up to date what you need when we post videos of what we do here at the Playmakers Blog Network. If you're watching us on our Facebook page, make sure you're following the Playmakers Blog Facebook page. Anytime we post videos of our show, anytime we make a post of anything covering sports, or we post our own blogs, our own articles from our website on there, you'll be right there to see it and get first-hand looks at it. So I just thank y'all for tuning in. And those of you want to know if there's any other platform besides those you can listen to Bear Down the Gridiron, you got Spotify, you got Apple Podcasts, you got Amazon Music, and you got iHeartRadio. And then for those of you who want to get their Saturday morning fix in, maybe you got to travel somewhere and you can't listen to College Game Day or Big Noon Kickoff. Real Rise Radio, Saturday mornings, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Basically, I will be getting you ready for the kickoff of week 3 and every week after that for the college football season on the Real Wise Radio. So shout out to my man, Real Wise. I love you, bro. And also 502 American Ninja, those of you who are in the Central Time Zone up in Indianapolis, Indiana, we are there too. And those, you can hear this show on Fridays, prime time. All right, so make sure we get all our bases covered. Make sure we got everything covered. Now, let's get to the show. And those of you who are new watching, I got to give you news and notes from around the college football landscape. So let's get to our 2-minute drill. And to begin, Billy Napier is planning to use both Graham Mertz and DJ Lagway. Lagway. So it says here, Florida coach Billy Napier plans to use both Graham Mertz and DJ Legway at quarterback, said during his Monday news conference. These guys will make us harder to defend. Legway started against Sanford last week in place of Mertz out with a concussion and set a school record for true freshmen with 456 yards in passing in a 45-7 victory. Napier said Mertz has one more step to go through to clear concussion protocol if he does this week. And I believe he did. He will be the starter. But Napier said he would not forget about DJ. Quote, there's where the gamesmanship is. I don't want to put the playbook on the streets here. Ultimately, Legway is one of the better players. We're going to give him an opportunity to impact the game and contribute to the team that is our attention. Close quote. Better Napier, you better know what you're doing. You're already at strike one. You took an embarrassing loss for the home opener against the Miami Hurricanes. Embarrassing. They whooped our ass in Gainesville, Florida, in the swamp. You did what you supposed to have done against Sanford. You won that game. That was the only winnable game on the schedule. I'm gonna keep saying this. I'm Gator Nation. Trust me, I'm with you. But we won the only winnable game that was on the schedule. Now it's Texas A&M. And they bounced back from their opening week loss to Notre Dame. They bounced back last week. So, Billy Napier, bring your goddamn A game. Moving on. I'll talk about that more. Oklahoma State Colin Oliver out at least a month with foot injury. You hate to see early injuries, but even before the season started, we was getting injuries after injuries after injuries. Now we have another one, the one that hit in Oklahoma State. We'll get into them in our next segment when we do our gridiron roundup, because they had an important game that we was looking at for week 2 against the ACC team. Now we move on to this, and this is interesting news here. Michigan back in the spotlight again, as Michigan Stars files $50 million NIL lawsuit against NCAA Big Ten Network. 4 ex-Michigan players, including former quarterback Denard Robinson and wide receiver Braylon Edwards, have filed a class action lawsuit against the NCAA, the Big Ten Network, seeking more than $50 million for being wrongfully and unlawfully denied the opportunity to earn money off their name, image, and likeness. The lawsuit says the NCAA and Big Ten Network has systematically exploited these iconic moments that the players created during their careers at Michigan. The lawsuit is on behalf of those who played for Michigan before 2016. Only since 2020 have colleges athletics been able to profit off of NIL. The NCAA did not comment on the lawsuit. So, yet again, more former players want to be compensated for what they did back in the days. That kind of helped garner towards the NIL being finally created for athletes to get paid. You know, this has been a problem for the very long time for the NCAA. And like we said, I said it. My boy Coach Johnson said it when he was on the show. Other people said it on their shows, and even the pundits that get paid to do what I'm doing. I'm praying and hoping to get there one day that I get paid to do this handsomely for it. They all say once that Pandora box was open, there was no way of closing it. And as you can see, this is continuing to be an issue for the NCAA. So what they gonna do? You have another lawsuit on you. How you gonna batter this one? SMU moves to quarterback Kevin Jennings over Preston Stone as starters. SMU coach Wyatt Leslie said Tuesday that Kevin Jennings will start at quarterback moving forward. Percy Jones started the first 3 games of the season, and Leslie had maintained throughout preseason he would play both Stone and Jennings. Indeed, in the first 3 games, Stone played the first played the first two drives, and Jennings the next two, as coaches got to feel up for the game flow. But after Stone went 3 and out on his first three drives in a 18-15 loss to BYU last week, the 2-1 Mustangs turned to Jennings for the rest of the game. Stone finished 2 of 4 for 4 yards and was sacked 3 times. The offensive line struggled against BYU, so Jennings was able to move outside the pocket and keep SMU in the game. That was very good information to know, because I do want to go off on y'all, but I'm going to save it for the next segment because that was one of my picks. Now, some interesting news here. Shiloh Sanders suspected to miss 2 to 3 weeks, which is interesting because when I watched that game, they say it was a broken forearm. Colorado safety Shiloh Sanders suspected to miss 2 to 3 weeks following surgery Sunday to repair a right forearm injury. Buffalo's coach Deion Sanders, the father of Shiloh and quarterback Shedeur Sanders, confirmed the surgery and the outlook. Excuse me. Deion Sanders said Shiloh, who suffered the injury in the first quarter of Saturday's 28-10 loss at Nebraska, has been a fast healer from previous ailments, including an off-season knee injury. As I've quote, I've never seen nothing like it. The healing ability, close quote. That was from Coach Prime. We're gonna see how they do without him, but that could be a huge loss for the Colorado Buffaloes, coming off an ass whooping that they took at the hands of Nebraska. It was an ass whooping. The score might say 28-10, but it was an ass whooping. Just know that it was an ass whooping. And speaking of Colorado, Deion Sanders has confidence in Colorado's offensive staff. 3 days after criticizing the play of his offensive line in a 28-10 loss to Nebraska, Colorado coach Deion Sanders reaffirmed his belief the unit will improve. Quote, I feel like we got the right guys. You may see us shake some things up a bit. Phil Lohort is a wonderful offensive line coach. Speaking of Pat Sherman, his offensive coordinator, does a tremendous job in calling plays, as he did in the first game. Close quote. But I can't go off right now. I really can't. I have to save it for the next segment. You looked horrible, Deion. The whole team looked horrible. Talking about you feel good about the guys that you got. Well, you better make sure they come up and play this week, because this is a big game this week too. And finally, now this I can actually go off on. This. I don't got to wait till the next segment for this. Auburn's Peyton Thor says bettors ask for money after losses. Auburn senior quarterback Peyton Thor on Tuesday said criticism after losses, such as Saturday's defeat to California, has included requests for money from bettors. Thor, appearing on the next round, said bettors have messaged him on Vimo asking for money. Quote, they're definitely not sending cash, close quote. Thor, who had 4 passes intercepted in the 21-14 loss to Cal on Saturday, said it with a chuckle. It's funny. When they lose money, they want their money back. But when they win on a parlay, no one ever sends me any money, close quotes. Thor made light of the request for money during his appearance, but the issue is something that the NCAA is monitoring and trying to combat. Yeah. Oh, boy. Oh. Okay, first of all, you have the right. Hope y'all know this. Y'all have the right not to place money on these games. You know that, right? It is at your own detriment that you're risking your own money and losses because you're betting on an outcome that you have no idea what's going to happen. So, do you assholes understand? Y'all coming at a college kid, right? Y'all want a guy to pay you your money back because you decided, not forced, not tricked, at your own free will, decided to bet on this game. And when you bet on this game, you didn't get the result that you was looking for. I'm calm right now because I want to make sure y'all hear me nice and clearly here. Because what the fact that, and Peyton Thor, you ain't the only one. This been going on for quite some time, so you ain't. This is nothing new. But the fact that we have jackasses out here that feel the need to come at collegiate athletes about money that they lost because they the ones put their money up for grabs in a situation that you don't even know how the outcome is going to go. You want to be paid for believing in something that you have no control over. So, somebody help me understand this. For real, like somebody help me understand this. Because if I remember correctly, if you willingly know there's potential that you will lose money doing this, which means there's a risk and a reward to it, right? And you consciously make the decision to do it anyway, why should anybody pay you your money back? You know how this goes. You know how betting goes. Okay, you like a team. What's the money line? Okay, that's the money line. Bam, give me that. I like this team to win. I like how they do things. Without even thinking, there's consequences involved. Or not believing there will be consequences coming. But with what you're doing. So I'm just trying to understand. Like, why you assholes keep wanna come at college athletes? Y'all act like bad games don't happen. Y'all act like they know you put money on them. I'm putting money on you, man. You better show up. Well, I can do what I can. I mean, the object is to win. But, the game didn't go the way that it should have went. And me being the SEC guy, I would love to go off on Auburn for losing the count in the first goddamn place. But guess what? Instead of me going off on Auburn for losing the cow, I got to deal with dumbness like this because people lost their goddamn mind over goddamn money. Over gambling. Gambling is a risk-reward deal. You win some, you lose some. You try to minimize the losses as much as you can, but you can't because you know why? You can't control the outcome to save your freaking life no matter how hard you try. You can't control what's going to happen in the baseball game. You can't control what's going to happen in the basketball game. You damn sure can't control what's going to happen in the football game. You have to watch and hope that they do what they can. This is the game for. It wasn't. So for you assholes to go out there and request your money from Thorpe, and you probably doing the Notre Dame too, because Notre Dame, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all lost money on Notre Dame when Northern Illinois did to them, and I'll get to that in the next segment. Y'all need to chill the hell out. This is stupid. Messaging a college kid to have money back because you made the dumbass decision to put money on it. Grow the hell up. I'm taking a break. We'll come back. We're gonna recap the week of week 2, okay? I need to gather my thoughts because jerks still exist in this world.
world where chronicles of the past are brought to the streams. Whether the content is relatable or completely beyond your realm of life, there is no shadow of a doubt that this show is absolutely full of shenanigans. Get ready for
D. Willie in the evening,
this Sunday at 10:05 p.m. Eastern.
exclusively on Sertoba Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome. Cool McCain.
You thought you wanted Gunther against Chad Gable, but you didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. Chad Gable would take everything that Gunther's done and bury it.
The Playmaker.
It was on site. AJ Styles walked out there, seen LA Knight. Oh, okay. And then LA Knight hopped out the car. Let's go.
Break down everything in TNA, AEW, and all of the WWE programming. Join these two kings, monarchs of wrestling, live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central on the Play Caller Sports Talk YouTube channel.
Sports fans are gearing up, whether it be for the madness of March, whether it be for the Super Bowl, or even a little thing called WrestleMania. You can get all that at Fanatics, where they have a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, the NHL, the NCAA, and the WWE. So go on and show that pride, that passion, that dedication fan that you are by whipping your team, your league, or your favorite player. Fanatics, official license, everything.
Whether it's the men's college game,
The way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
the women's college game,
And how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
the WNBA,
AJ Wilson, Brianna Stewart 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmaker's blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts. Poppy J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying. But this is also an option.
Wise El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Bobby J and Wise El Jefe, Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bearing Down the Gridiron here. Now that I got myself calm and collected because stupid betters have the nerve to do what they do. Get on my nerves. My brother, the man that's a part of the Playmakers Bar Network, the Bear of Texas himself, Alex Akers, what's going on, my brother? Bear down, baby. Yes, it is. We're bearing down today. And you're just in time for me to recap what took place in week 2. So let's go to our Gridiron Roundup. And we're going to be in our Gridiron Roundup going back to Friday. We had 2 games on Friday. 2 of the games I actually picked, by the way. And we had, as aforementioned earlier, when we talked about SMU changing quarterbacks now, the 18-15 loss to BYU. BYU goes to 2-0. SMU drops to 2-1. That's not a good look, SMU. You're an ACC team now, and you took an L to a Big 12 team. The ACC is not going to like that. They're not going to like that one bit. And speaking of the ACC, they did get a redemption because Duke in double overtime went up to Northwestern and beat the Northwestern Wildcats. I know Snowman doesn't like that. I don't like that either. But hey, what can I say? Friday was not good for me. I can tell you that much. Friday did not go well. And Bearman says what he says. Brothers, spending time here as I prepare to record myself. Just got done watching the 1989 Great American Bash. I wonder why did you went back to watch that one? Gonna talk about you gonna talk about it on Ringside. All right. Y'all catch Ringside on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. Also, the Bear Texas Facebook channel, YouTube channel. All right. Make sure y'all get ready for that. But that was Friday. Let's move to Saturday. Oh boy. Oh man, what a game this was in Stillwater, Oklahoma. The 16th ranked Cowboys hosted the Arkansas Razorbacks. I'm gonna be honest with you. The most of that game, I was sitting here saying when Wednesday get here, look like I might be going off on Mike Gundy because this is what I be talking about. You it should be no reason. Oklahoma State is always in this mix with teams that can win the Big 12, but never win the Big 12. Almost took an L at home to Arkansas. Matter of fact, you were down for most of the game. You came back and tied it up and happened to take it in double overtime. Mike Gundy, you survived this week. Mike Gundy. But you was this close. From me going off on you, man. Because I'm like, bruh, you got to be kidding me right about now. But they won. So I'm going to back off for now. Stillwater's still alive right now. Now, a team that's not alive right now is the Cincinnati Bearcats because how in the hell did y'all lose to Pitt? Y'all was winning most of that damn game. How the hell did y'all lose to Pitt? 28-27. Pitt Panthers. Undefeated. 2-0 thus far. And then the game of the week, which was our spotlight game of the week. College game day. Big noon kickoff was all in Ann Arbor, Michigan. When the Texas Longhorns took a visit to the Big House against the Michigan Wolverines. Bearman's in the chat. I don't know. I didn't send it to my queen of Who's Making Prices. She would love to hear this. I sent it to Cole Johnson. I don't know if Cole Johnson is watching or listening in, but them Longhorns, oh my gosh. Woo! These boys are ready to play football. They walked in Ann Arbor and put a beating on the Wolverines. The reigning defending national champions, by the way, even though they lost about 60% of their team from the championship, but it don't matter. To go up to the Big House and do that, that's saying a lot. Speaking of which, that's one of the games we spotlighted for our roundup. Oh, there is Cole Johnson. Hold on, let me get the Bearman first. Bearman, you said, yeah, as soon as we tweeted the Gundy tweet you put out there, that's when it started changing. I had to put it out there because I'm like, this is too much. But here's my brother Cole Johnson. The Big House witnessed a big ass whooping. Yes, they did. Man. Quentin Ewers, 24 for 36, 246 through the air, and 3 tugs through the air. 3 of them. And to 3 different receivers, too. Then Ron did not have a good game. 204 passing yards, a touchdown, but he threw 2 picks. There is no type of running game in Michigan whatsoever. So it looks like the running game left with Harbaugh up to California and Los Angeles. Because for some reason, it didn't stay up in Michigan. It traveled out west. Because those of you who don't know, J.K. Dobbins ran for over 150 in his debut game with the Los Angeles Chargers this past weekend. Just saying. The running game traveled to California. It didn't stay in Michigan. Sharon Moore might have to find something, might have to make some changes somewhere because you got your ass with that home. All right. Bearman said, if Texas is to be deemed a national title contender, they have to beat Oklahoma and Georgia. Well, first of all, one, that's a rivalry game, and we all know rivalry games can go either way. Secondly, Georgia is the number one team in the country for a reason. And Coach Johnson already said this. He doesn't mind. He doesn't. If they lose to Georgia, he won't even mind. But he damn sure won't them to beat Oklahoma. Coach Johnson told me that personally. If they lose to Georgia, he's okay. But if they lose to Oklahoma, Coach Johnson might be requesting to join. Might be requesting to take over the show. He ain't gonna request to join. He might request to take over the show for that week if Texas get beat by Oklahoma. And knowing me, I might oblige. Knowing me, just to hear him go off, because he usually doesn't go off because he doesn't have the platform to go off. His platforms are more calm-based, news-based. He doesn't have that platform to leash out. So I allow him to use my platform to leash out. And if Oklahoma beats Texas, and that's coming up in about a month's time, I got a feeling Coach Jones is going to request to come on here and have a takeover so he can go off on Texas for the whole hour. All right. But, hey, so far, dominant performance. Keep it to Saturday's recap. K-State went down to the Big Easy. Survive against the Tulane Greenway, 34-27. Remember, I told y'all, if I was looking at that odds, I wouldn't take them odds. I told you I would not take them odds. Tulane was coming to play. The only one by a touchdown. Matter of fact, now that I'm talking about it, what was the odds? I was like, I'm not saying it. Nope. I'm not a betting person, but I definitely know my football. And I was like, not taking that line. Hell no. You're not going in there and blowing them boys out. Them boys can play some football, and they want to be respected, even if they in the American Conference. So let me go find that line. What was that line? Let me see. All right, Kansas State survived by 7. What was the figure? All right, it was 9.5 K-State. Yep. And if you took 9.5, you lost money because you didn't listen to me. I told you not to take it because they was not going to win by no double digits against Tulane. All right. Then we get to the Cy Hawks Trophy. Iowa State took the trip to Des Moines, Iowa to take on the Iowa Hawkeyes. The 21st ranked Iowa Hawkeyes, to say that. And for whatever reason, Iowa forgot how to play football. Because if I remember correctly, and I watched this game, okay? I watched this game take place. And if I remember correctly, that first half was all Iowa. Iowa State couldn't do a damn thing in the first half. Offensively, defensively, they couldn't do nothing. I'm like, this is going to be, so Iowa looking like a whole new team here. Okay, they building on what they did the previous week when they dropped 40 on, I forgot whoever they played that week. They dropped 40 on them. When the last time you heard Iowa putting up 40 points on anybody. So I was like, okay, and I'm kind of seeing why they did what they did the previous week in the first half. I'm like, okay, now I'm understanding now. This is Mike and Matt doing his thing, okay. And then all of a sudden in the second half, like, they ain't do a damn thing in the second half. I'm talking about Iowa here. Then Iowa State got confidence. They said, oh, we're not out of this game. We still got a chance. And they came back and won. They came back and beat Iowa. And they get to take the Cy Hawk Trophy back to Ames, Iowa. Boy, I tell you, bud. To see that happen live on television. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't thought about one person. I thought about Ty Smith from the Pat McAfee show. Because I'm like, damn. Iowa State just went into Iowa and beat them. And they came back to do it too, which is even worse. You go up 13-0. Iowa State ain't doing a damn thing in the first half. Second half, you get outscored 20-6 at home. K. McNamara, matter of fact, this is the game that I spotlighted. K. McNamara. See why your ass is not in Michigan anymore. 13 for 29, 99 yards, 2 interceptions. Cole, if you listening, K. McNamara had the decency to even throw 400 yards. That man threw for 99 yards. If y'all get a chance, y'all go back and watch the Pat McAfee show from Tuesday, from yesterday. Ty Smith went off on Iowa. Oh my God. And more importantly, K. McNamara, he went off on them. I was like, wow, he's pissed. He is pissed. You lost to Iowa State. And I'm kind of feeling that's probably what is going to be with Cole Johnson. If Oklahoma beats Texas, he's going to go straight off. Okay. But, you cannot be losing. You had a 13-0 lead. And we know Iowa State ain't a table team that can move the goddamn ball. So how in the hell they end up scoring 20 points and you weren't even putting up 6 in the second half to lose that game? I have no idea. But look at it. Yeah, bro, Johnson ran for 187 yards and 2 touchdowns. You could have just ran it down their damn throat. He could have ran for 200. He could have ran for 300. And Caleb Johnson was doing his thing. But K. McNamara can't get the offense going. And you're punting the ball. You're throwing picks. And all of a sudden, here come the Cyclones. And the Cyclones took the trophy back to Ames, Iowa. Man, Iowa's got to be pissed right now. Then we continue on from one upset to another upset in the Big Ten. This time, in favor of the Big Ten because Illinois defended home twice against 19th ranked Kansas Jayhawks, 23-17. Yep, like I said, domination, despair. We just talked about the despair of the Iowa Hawkeye fans losing to Iowa State. The despair of a Big 12 team going to Big 10 country and one of the lower Big 10 teams and beating them. Then we did say domination. Charlotte, North Carolina, Tennessee, 51, NC State, 10. We spotlighted that game, and that was we're going to talk about that in a minute. And then Arizona State, part of the Big 12, hosted Mississippi State from the SEC. It looked like Arizona State was going to blow these boys out the door. And I was going to sit here and be like, I don't even know why Mississippi State's part of the SEC anymore. How in the hell you take your ass out there to goddamn Arizona to Arizona and get your ass whipped like this? But they try to fight back. They made it a game, then come out on top. Still disappointing that you lost this game, though. You should have won this game. You went out to Tempe, Arizona, and you looked terrible in the first half. That's just terrible. Okay, your asses were down 27-3 at halftime, but you fought back violently. So I ain't gonna hop on you too much, but I am gonna hop on this NC State Tennessee game because, good Lord, 51-10. Now I know Cole Johnson did on his show Friday. He was saying he didn't want to call it a neutral site game because it was still in North Carolina for NC State. It felt like a home game in Tennessee. If you were watching that game. Sounded like it was more Tennessee fans than NC State fans. And Tennessee beat the brakes off of NC State. They couldn't do nothing. I'm not even going to try to say my quarterback's name for Tennessee. I'm not even going to try to say it until I fully understand how to say it. But he only threw for 211 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Sampson ran for a $130 and 2 touchdowns. That's 4 touchdowns right there. But they scored 51, man. There's Cole. He says, I didn't know Tennessee had that in them. NC State found out the hard way. Beat him down. Grayson McCall. Those of you who saying I heard that name before, that was the former quarterback of Coastal Carolina. He transferred to NC State. My boy, when you transfer up a level. So that means your game need to raise a level because your game still looked like you was still at Coastal Carolina. Because 104 yards, now you threw more yards than K. McNamara, who came from Michigan. He's still in the damn Big Ten and can't even throw 100 yards. But you threw for 100 yards, you threw a pick though. You didn't help your team at all. And your lead in Russia has only 25 yards. That means y'all ass was shut down. Okay. Now, knowing some people, I need to give y'all some total numbers. So let me go ahead and give y'all some total numbers because if your leading rushers only got you 25 yards, how many yards did y'all rush for as a team? Let's go to the team statistics here. So Tennessee had 460 total yards. The Wolfpack had 143 total yards. Yeah, I literally said 460 to 143. NC State ran for a total of 39 yards. Yeah, Cole Johnson just do something. I don't know what he threw it, but he just do something when he heard rushing yards and he heard 39. That's all NC State had, 39. Now, those are the games that I happen to go through and pick myself, but just for the heck of it, I did say we had a lot of, it was despair, right? So we had unranked teams knock off ranked teams. Syracuse knocked off Georgia Tech. Notre Dame took one at home. You already talked about the Iowa State game. We talked about the Illinois and Kansas game. But the upset of the week, South Bend went to Notre Dame Fighting Irish, found a way. I don't know how, but they just couldn't get past Northern Illinois. Like Northern Illinois controlled the game from start to finish. At no point of this game that Notre Dame had control. That by itself is all I need to say. Northern Illinois controlled the game from start to finish. At no point Notre Dame had control of this game. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. I'll give you the numbers. I'll give you the statistics. Ryan Leonard, you left Duke for Notre Dame, and you're still looking like a Blue Devil. You ain't a Fighting Irish. 163 yards against a MAC team. You can't even throw a touchdown against a MAC team. You threw two interceptions against a MAC team. Mid-Atlantic Conference team. And you had 2 field goals. Thank you, Cole Johnson. One field goal was blocked to end the half, and the other field goal was blocked to win the game. Y'all don't know how to kick anymore? Y'all don't know how to pass anymore? Do y'all know how to run? Well, 11 carries for 79 yards and a touchdown, so you do have a running game. Where's the rest of the damn game at? Marcus Freeman, find it. Because damn it, you lost this game. Looked at the rest of your schedule. You can possibly win 10 games, maybe 11. And probably still won't make the playoffs this time because you lost to Northern Illinois. Louisville doesn't look like Louisville from last year. Don't get me started on Florida State. USC is off to a good start with a big win over over LSU, but can they keep it up because they're in the Big Ten now? Notre Dame, you effed it up. Congratulations, you effed it up. Out the gate. And those of you want to know, yep, not a good week for me in week 2. Week 1 was good. But week 2 was terrible. 4-6 in week 2. That puts me at 11-9 for the season. So I need to have a bounce back game. I got to have a bounce back game this week coming up. And here is the look at your new AP rankings for Week 3, Georgia number 1. Look who's at number 2, the Texas Longhorns. Jumping over the Ohio State Buckeyes at 3, Alabama 4, Ole Miss 5, Missouri 6, Tennessee 7, Penn State 8, Oregon 9, Miami 10. Dude, that is 6 SEC schools in the top 10. 6 SEC schools in the top 10. Georgia, Texas, Alabama, Ole Miss, Missouri, Tennessee. That's the rest of the top 25. So I don't need to say nothing else. All right. And yes, Cole Johnson, celebrated. You're number 2 in the country. Now, if you can stay at number 2 by the time you play number 1, then we have something going. But we're going to take a break here. And when we come back, we got to go on the campus tour because week 3 is just days away. We'll be back.
I love you morons. New Kids on the Block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Shop hats and official sports gear at Liz. Liz is the leader and number 1 destination for hats, gears, and everything that moves you, making it the perfect shop for fans to find official sports hats, merchandise, and gear. Represent your team, your town, and your style with a snapback adjustable fitted hat or beanie from thousands of college and pro teams. Browse the very latest sports jerseys and t-shirts from the best teams out there. Liz has officially licensed professional and college sport team apparel and hats featuring the hottest brands and trends. Shop online or visit one of the 100 stores across the country. Locker Rooms by Liz.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bearing Down a Gridiron here. And before we get to our campus tour, Bearman says Notre Dame ranked 18. That's BS. My boy Cole Johnson says, Bearman, I agree with you. With that performance, Notre Dame should have dropped from 5 to all the way out of the top 25. Well, Northern Illinois is ranked 25th now, so I don't know what to tell you on that one. Northern Illinois is ranked in the top 25, so yeah, that might have saved Notre Dame. But let's get to our campus tour. And we're going to begin it in Manhattan, Kansas, where the Kansas State Wildcats, should I say, ranked 14 in the land, will be the first test for newcomer 20th ranked Wildcats of Arizona. It's Wildcats versus Wildcats. Big 12 matchup. First one for the Arizona. Let's see here. And the Kansas State Wildcats, 7-point favorites at home. Just for my betting people. All right. Game day will be in Columbia, South Carolina this week, as the 16 ranked Tigers of LSU will travel to Columbia, South Carolina, to take on the Gamecocks. That should be an interesting one. LSU is a 7-point favorite on the road. People, do y'all really believe in South Carolina? Just because I haven't seen nothing. They did go to Lexington and whoop on the Kentucky Wildcats. I get that part, but I haven't seen anything impressive yet. Maybe this would be the week. We shall see. SEC Network, they got a good one. ACC SEC matchup. Missouri Tigers, the 6th team in the country. They are hosting 24th ranked the Eagles of Boston College. Boston College is off to a good start. I ain't even gonna front on that. They are off to a good start. I would give Boston College that. They went to Tallahassee 2 weeks ago and they beat the brakes off the nose in Doak Campbell Stadium. Now they get to go to Tigerland and take on the Missouri Tigers. Missouri, 16.5-point favorite. I don't know. Yeah, Boston College playing the way that they played for the state. I don't know. 16.5 might be a little too much to put on the Tigers of Missouri. I know they're an SEC team and they got their players back. But we is talking about Bill O'Brien, who is a former NFL head coach. So we gonna see. But I think 16.5 is a little too much at this moment in time. Just a little too much for me. All right, even though I don't bet. All right. Now, the next game on the docket, I am waiting for this one. I'm waiting for this one because they did not end the rivalry. They're going to continue it. It's the Oregon Classic in Corvallis, Oregon. The 9th-ranked Ducks take on the Beavers. Now, Dan Laney, you survived Boise State. And I do mean survive in all capitals. You survived Boise State last week at home in Eugene. Now you're taking your ass to Corvallis. Dan Laney, you're playing too much. This Oregon team that I'm saying, this is not the team that I expect to win the Big Ten. This team that is playing will not win the Big Ten the way that they are playing. Ohio State gonna smoke you if you get there. The way Ohio State is playing, they will smoke you if you get there. You're not playing football the way Oregon Ducks play football. I don't know what's going on, but you're not looking like Oregon right now. But you are 2-0. You are 2-0. But for you to get to 3-0, you have to remember what Oregon Ducks football is like. And you have to do it in Corvallis, a place that you have hard time winning at. The last time you was there, you got your ass whooped. And that was 2 years ago. And they whooped y'all ass. Now, go in there, play Oregon Ducks football, and come out victorious. All right. Go. South Carolina leads to how they September drubbing of an SEC front run is Georgia. Oh Lord. That means Cole is picking LSU to handle business. Then he says the Big Ten versus the Pac-2. Yeah, because that's not even a conference. I don't even know what that is. This is only Oregon State and Washington State. Okay, I don't even know what that is. And I would get to Washington State in a minute because they on here. 3:30, SEC on ABC. Right back in Gainesville, Florida. Texas A&M, Florida. Both teams coming off wins after getting beat in the opening week. Texas A&M lost the opening week to Notre Dame. Bounced back at home. Florida lost the opening week to Miami, bounced back at home. Now, somebody gonna have their second loss. And if it's building up in the Florida Gators, that boil hot water gets even more hotter. Okay? You got to find wins where you can find them if you're a Florida Gator fan like me. If you're a Florida fan down the games, you got to find the wins where you can find them. Texas A&M, they're trying to build something new. In order to build something new and have people believe in you, you got to win the games that you can win. So somebody ain't going to be happy with a loss here at the end of this game in the swamp. Somebody's not going to be happy. We will find out at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ABC. And Notre Dame. Notre Dame. The 18th ranked Fighting Irish. You took an L at home. Now you got to travel to West Lafayette, out of all places, to play it against the Purdue Boilermakers. Now, I'm going to say the only thing that's going to save Notre Dame is the fact that it is not a night game. Because if it was a night game at West Lafayette, Indiana, at the home of the Purdue Boilermakers, I would have fear for Notre Dame. But it's not at night. It's not a primetime game. Like Coach Johnson said, it's a daylight game. So that might save Notre Dame. That just might save them to get out of this one. And Notre Dame's a 10-point favorite. The way that they look. So first of all, Bearman already said it's BS that they're ranked 18th, and Coach Johnson agreed with it. Now you're telling me Notre Dame's a 10-point favorite going to West Lafayette? 10-point favorite going to West Lafayette. Okay. I don't know what they're doing in Vegas, but okay. 10-point favorite against Purdue after how they look. So you must think they're going to come back and smack Purdue around, but not realizing Purdue is at home. Okay. All right. And Coach Johnson, part 2 of that Big Ten versus Pac-2 rivalry, the Apple Cup. Washington State is heading to Seattle to take on the Washington Huskies. I don't know how to feel about either team at this moment in time. Washington is a 4.5 favorite. Oh, and by the way, those of you who want to know about the Oregon Classic, Oregon's a 16-point favorite. How they be looking, I don't even know about that. Washington's a 4.5-point favorite. It is the Apple Cup. Somebody will get bragging rights. It's been Washington the last couple of years. Can they continue their streak, or will Washington State end it and have a little bite back for once? And then 3:30 Peacock. ESPN2 at 3:30. Yeah, there's a lot of good 3:30. There's a lot of interesting 3:30. I won't say good. A lot of interesting 3:30 games. Okay, so a lot of interesting 3:30 games. Okay, you got Oregon State. You got Texas A&M. You got Florida. You got Notre Dame, Purdue. You got Washington and Washington State. And then you have the backyard brawl. West Virginia traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Pitt Panthers. That is on ESPN2 at 3:30. This game here, I don't even know how to feel about this one, because what Pitt went to Cincinnati and what they did at Cincinnati was something to behold. West Virginia, they bounced back from that ass whooping they took from Penn State at opening week. So the Mountaineers are 2-point favorites. So that means Pitt is getting 2 at home. You're supposed to get 3. Pitt a 2-point underdog at home. Very interesting. Vegas, very interesting. I don't know. You trying to catch us here. That little And Cole says this game right here, the backyard brawl, could also qualify for rivalry week. Yes, it can. It definitely can. He says, glad that Oregon and Washington is not forgetting their in-state rivals. No, they are not. And he also says, since Notre Dame is playing a rival, they'll act like the game matters. Still 16 and a half. I don't know. I still don't know about that. And then the primetime game I'm looking at, I'm going to Coach Prime. You know why? Because the way that y'all looked against Nebraska, now y'all going to Colorado State. I am looking forward to this game for all types of reasons. Because last year, it could be an argument last year. You should have got your ass beat by Colorado State in Boulder, Colorado. It didn't happen. You survived that game in overtime. And that game was literally back. That game had everything of a rivalry in it last year. Okay. Now you're not in Boulder, Colorado. You're going to Fort Collins, Colorado, to face off with the Rams. Both teams are 1-1 on the season. And Coach Prime and the Buffs are 7-point favorites. After what I saw at Nebraska, if the Rams had any type of pass rush like Nebraska do, I feel bad for Shedeur Sanders because he's going to be in a world of trouble. You don't have Shiloh Sanders for this game at your safety spot, so you're going to have a new safety back there. That's going to be interesting to look at. We don't even know if you can run the goddamn ball because you haven't run the damn ball in the 2 games you played. North Dakota State, you couldn't run the ball. Nebraska, you couldn't run the damn ball. So we don't even know you got a damn running game. Rivalry game. Fort Collins. The Rams are at home. They won't pay back for last year. And Cole Johnson, this is the real Cole Johnson right here. I hope Coach Prime won't take an L. If he does take an L, you ain't have to worry about Paul Feinbaum going off for you because Stephen A might be going off. Stephen A is working hard for Coach Prime. And if he loses to Colorado State, I don't know what Stephen A is going to say. The next time he next time they talk about Colorado, because he's going to be pissed. He's going to be pissed. All right. Now, let's get to our spotlight game of the week. Now, y'all might be saying, well, now, you usually do it with game day. Well, not always with game day. Game day wanted to go to South Carolina for South Carolina LSU. I went a different route. Because it's just interesting to see this team going up north for once. We rarely see this team go up north. And that would be the Alabama Crimson Tide, ranked 4th in the country. They traveling to Wisconsin to take on the Badgers. Ooh, it's going to be interesting to see an Alabama team playing an up north team in their own building. That's quite interesting here, okay? Now you got a team in Wisconsin that likes to pound the ground, run the ball, let you control clock and whatnot. Now, Alabama on the kill of the board, we still trying to figure out what kind of offense he's trying to run, what kind of offense he's trying to show, what kind of team he's trying to have here. Alabama 16.5-point favorites to go on the road and smack the Wisconsin Badgers. Don't blame Vegas for that. It is Alabama we're talking about here, even if they don't have Nick Saban at the helm. Okay. Jalen Murrow versus Travis Van Dyke, if I remember, Travis or Taylor Van Dyke, one of the two. Looking forward to this matchup. Looking forward to see how this one goes. So Vegas says 16.5 Bama. ESPN Analytics says 92.1 in favor of Bama. What did the people say on social media when we posted our poll? Yep. Poll don't want to come up. Well, we'll get to that. I'll bring it up when I can. But for right now, this will be our campus tour. And instead of taking a break, we're going to jump right into our final side. We're going to go ahead and give you my picks. Let's go to Bear Down. And to begin our Bear Down play team, for first coach says, I want Wisconsin to beat down the Tide, but Alabama is just too talented of a team. Why do you want Alabama to lose? Like, what is up with you? You don't even have nothing to. Oh, unless okay, I think I know what it is. Give me Kansas State to defend home turf and welcome Arizona Wildcats to the Big 12, the proper way, should I say. The proper way. K-State at home, I got it. I'm taking the Tigers to go to Columbia, South Carolina, handle business and knock off South Carolina Gamecocks. Because Brian Kelly know if he lose another goddamn game that is not Alabama or Georgia, he gonna be up out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Give me my Missouri Tigers to slap the Eagles down a bit. Remind them where they're supposed to be at the pecking order of college football. Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down. Give me Oregon. If you didn't hear me how I talked about Oregon going to previewing Oregon State, you should have known I'm picking Oregon. We gonna try this again. Give me the Gators at home. Billy Napier, you better defend home turf, or that season's gonna get even more harder. In a year that's already difficult with that damn schedule. Just let you know. I agree with Cole Johnson. Notre Dame get they act together, and they find a way to get past Purdue. I still don't like that 16-point favorite, though. I still don't like that. I still don't. I'm going to take the home team in this one. Give me the Washington Huskies to defend home turf and handle business. All right. In the backyard, bro, I'm taking West Virginia Mountaineers to go on the road to take down the Pitt Panthers. I like the Pitt to fall at home. Coach Prime, I'm picking you, Coach Prime. I'm picking you. I just know if you lose to Colorado State, if you thought the nose was something then, lose to them if you want to and watch what's going to happen afterwards. Okay. And then our spotlight game of the week. This is where my voting is at. This is what y'all said. Now, 57.7% voted for Alabama, 42.3% voted for Wisconsin. 3 weeks into this, and this is our closest votes yet to date. There are some people that's only Wisconsin Badger train. Well, I joined them on this train. Hell the F no. Hell the mother and father and no. Give me Bama. Like Nick Saban said plenty of times, and I'm going to say it again. Until somebody can show me they can beat Bama, I don't see it. Like, until somebody know they can beat Georgia outside of Alabama, let me know. I ain't picking against Bama. I ain't picking against Georgia unless I need to. And I don't see none of them two happening no time soon at this season. And yes, that is including me being a Gator fan, Coach, so don't you even try it. Those are my picks for week 3. And before we get out of here, Cole Johnson says, oh, yeah, this is what he said he wanted Bama to lose, but I don't see that happening. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, Alabama would make another Big Ten team look like they're stuck in mud. Oh, I'm hoping for it. And then he says, Brian Kelly, stop acting like you a Southern Baptist preacher after every loss. Take the thumping and move on, son. Why is he calling this man son? Why is he calling this man son? I don't even know that. What you mean stop hating? I ain't hating. I'm just saying. You got a vendetta against Alabama for whatever reason. They ain't done nothing to you. You went there and beat them. So what do you have? What problem do you have with Alabama? That's what I want to know. What problem do you have with Alabama? You beat them last year. You went to their building and you beat them by 10. You should be good. Clay should be a clean slate now. I don't even think you even play Alabama this year. I don't even think you played them this year. I know Oklahoma does, though. I feel bad for Oklahoma. Out of the 2 teams that joined the SEC in Texas and Oklahoma, they get Oklahoma the toughest schedule. How did that happen? I want Texas to get their revenge on Georgia in the SEC championship game this year. Hell, if you don't lose to Oklahoma and Georgia in back-to-back weeks, you'll get there. Well, you already got them losing to Georgia, so I don't know what else to tell you. But with that being said, goddamn Cole. See, you don't even play them this year. So what is you griping about Alabama for? You ain't gotta look at Alabama on your screen. You have the freedom of not looking at Alabama on your screen. With that being said, knowing Coach Jones, he probably gonna message me after this because I'm finna end this show because I'm already about to be 12 minutes over time that I should have been. But you know, I'm having fun today. Had a lot to get into because there was a lot of things that went on today. But with that being said, remember Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. Also, you would catch this Saturday morning, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., leading you up to kickoff on the Real Rise Radio, 502 American Angel Radio as well. And until next Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Playmaker signing off next week to recap what happened in week 3 and get you ready for week 4 of the college football season. Deuces.